Are you thinking about adding some new perch indicators to your Harley? If so, in this video, I'll be putting $30 perch indicators to the test, and I'll let you know if they're worth the investment or not. Welcome back, guys. So in this video, I'm going to be installing these under perch indicators on my 06 Sportster. As you can see, these ones are a lot smaller than what comes stock. Now, I purchased these ones on Amazon for about $30, and like always, I'll throw a link in the description if you guys want to give it a go as well. So the first thing to do before working on anything electrical in your bike is either disconnect the battery or take the main fuse out. So I am going to take the seat off because I will need to get to the battery to test these indicators. So first I'll take the seat off and then I'll remove this main fuse. So you just want to take this cap off and literally just unplug that fuse like this. Done. So what I'm going to do now, I've got that main fuse out, is take the battery out so I can check these indicators to make sure they work before I install them on the bike. Now, if you've got an old battery lying around at home, you don't necessarily need to take this out, but I'm just doing it because unfortunately I don't have a battery. So the reason I'm doing this is A, to test to make sure that the indicators actually work, and B, I'll be able to see which one is the brightest. So with the black hooked up to the negative on the battery, you can see that that is actually pretty bright, and there'll also be one for running which isn't quite as bright. Now what we can do is we can uninstall the mirrors here, and what I'll do is I'll put one on just so you can get a side-by-side comparison of what they look like, and then I'll take both the stock indicators off and throw the new ones on. So I've noticed, unfortunately, this hole here isn't quite big enough to fit the thread through. It does go through, but it won't end up sitting flush. So what I'm going to do is use a Dremel to just make that hole a touch bigger, and then that should be able to slip straight through with no problems. Now we'll give that a test to see if the mirror goes through, which it does. There we go. We're back in business. So that's how they roughly sit for now. I'm going to have to take the stock indicator off just to tighten that nut up. To take the stock indicator off, you just need an Allen's key for there, and that whole indicator will drop out. Now I can tighten this nut up here. Now we can start on the other side. So once again, Allen's key in here to drop the stock indicator. Fitment on this side is a lot better. Than this side, but it's alright, we'll have a play around and see what we can't do. So to give yourself a bit more room with the indicator here, you want to pull these wire clips out, so what you have to do is just pinch and pull them down. go. So double checking that your main fuse is out. Now what you can do, give yourself a bit of slack on this indicator wire here, just so if you ever want to reattach the stock ones, you can, and just cut them. Now that's cut, what you want to do is just slice that protective casing, just so you can expose a bit more of these wires here. Whatever you do, make sure you don't damage the wires. So now I've done that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these wires on the new indicators. I still want to give it enough slack, but you don't want all that wire hanging through. So what I'm going to do is roughly measure. That looks good. Cut them. Same thing. Take off that protective casing. Now, what we're going to be able to do is red to purple, black to black, and I'm just going to heat shrink the end of the yellow just so it doesn't get in the way. Now get your trusty heat gun. Once you've done that, cut off that bit of excess. Now what you want to do is strip a bit of the bare wires on these and on your old indicator wires. And do the same on your old ones. Before you go too far, what you will want to do is put your heat shrink on here before you wire them all up. Now, you just want to get your wires, twist them so they are nice and neat. Now that's done, you've got your heat shrink on either side and your main bit of heat shrink. Now what you want to do is twist these wires together before you solder them. So once again, red's going to purple, black's going to black. While you're doing this, fire up your soldering iron so it's nice and hot, ready to go by the time you're ready. What I might do is just do one at a time. What you want to do is solder them together. Just like so. I'll put a bit more solder on once I've got both of them done. Then you want to do the same with your negative. Now once that's cool, you want to pull your heat shrink down. If you can, unlike me, I've left them too close and the heat shrink has actually shrunk from the heat. Thought they might be far enough away that they wouldn't. Now what you can do is pull your heat shrink down over the exposed wires. So pull these down just like that. So all the exposed wires are covered. If you guys are liking this sort of content, feel free to subscribe and leave a comment in the comment section if there's something that you want to see me do. Now the next step is to get out your trusty heat gun. And with your heat gun, hit that heat shrink. And once you've done that, pull your larger piece of heat shrink down and put it over the top like so. And once again, do the same thing. That's what it should look like, and now you can move on to the other side. Let's go. And now, just repeat the process on the other side. Now that's done, what you can do is run your wire through your clip there, like that, and push your clip back into your bars like so. Same on this side. Tuck your wires up and put your clip back in. Now everything's wired up, you can put your main fuse back in. Now it's time for a moment of truth. So now the new indicators are on, what I'll do is a comparison of before and after. So to be honest, they're not actually that bright in full light. Obviously at night time they're still the same, but for $30 it was worth seeing, I guess. Is that $30 well spent or $30 wasted? Let me know in the comments below, and if you like this sort of content, hit the like and subscribe so you don't miss a thing.